What's up, YouTube family? Welcome to the channel, Sherman1082 Customs. I'm here to do a video on whether or not I should do an iPad install in my 2015 Dodge Charger RT. Go ahead, hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. Looking forward to bringing more and more of this kind of content on a regular basis. Now, I bought this car about almost a year ago. It'll be a year in February, I believe. After having some transmission issues with my 2014 Silverado, I wanted a daily driver that I was going to enjoy driving. Was looking around, didn't have anything in mind. Came upon this Charger and I went on ahead and pulled the trigger. I have other cars, but I don't consider them to be daily drivers. Not to be putting a whole bunch of miles on. I'm also not the smallest guy in the world, 6'5", 320 pounds. So everything that some of the other cars I got ain't that comfortable to be just driving everywhere. I like the factory look of the Charger. Had to get rid of those wheels right away. So put the wheels on, and whoever had the car before me debadged it. So I put the badges back on. I definitely had to delete those resonators. Yeah, that rumble is where it's at. Now let's get into the iPad part. Like I said, my 2014 Silverado was what really got me into the iPad in-dash kits. That was the first vehicle I made one for. I caught that wave several years ago of putting TVs in the dash and video game systems and all of that. But the iPad was such a simple concept that I wanted to try it. And so I did. I liked it, but it wasn't always nice. When I first started making these, I was making them out of MDF and all kinds of other wood, and it was an arduous journey. I posted some. I tried to sell them in the beginning, as you can see right here. The 2017 kit next to the 2019 kit is like worlds apart. But I just kept going, kept perfecting. Not perfect right now by any stretch. Not the guru, not the king of anything like that. You got guys like Dave Fishman and Soundman and Noise Boys Garage. Those guys are the ones that are really the kings of this genre. But it is something that I like to do, and as you can see by my customer reviews, really speak for itself. As I get better with it and more time, I'm starting to get more and more customers that are really happy with the kit, and that's really what I'm after, because I remember being that guy that wanted something custom for my truck or car or whatever. Maybe I wasn't able to afford the top of what everybody was getting, but nevertheless, I still wanted it, and so I wanted to be the type of builder that remembers what it was like to be that guy. So now the Charger. When it comes to the Charger, it's all about real estate, space. You got iPads come in so many different sizes. Obviously, you got the mini. I don't even know how many versions. I think the mini is up to the mini 5 now. You got the various 9.7-inch iPads, the 10.2-inch iPads, the iPad Pro, the old iPad Pro, the new iPad Pro, the iPad Air 1, or the iPad Air, the iPad Air 2. So the list goes on and on. So there's a lot of different sizes, and they come in different depths as well. So they're not all super thin. And so you got to take all that into consideration when you're trying to build an iPad kit. Will it fit? And the real estate on this dash is not that great. Now, that being said, I think we can all agree that the Uconnect system is a little outdated. 8.4-inch screen. I think there's one in between, and then there's a little baby screen. But that system is rather dated at this point. I remember when it first came out, it was really nice. It was really big. But now, especially Dodge themselves has that big, gigantic Tesla screen with the truck and everything. And I don't even know all that it can do. But the screen, the infotainment system in the cars is rather dated. So I think it's time for Dodge to maybe look at upgrading it, to make it. I don't know what they would do, but I think upgrading. It's time for an upgrade. Now, forgive me for the shakiness of the video. I'm not that great at doing these videos, but I wanted to point out the reason why the bigger iPads are kind of harder to fit in that little area. You got these two AC vents. And so you got to think about, are you willing to eliminate those and just go with the one on the left and the one on the far right? Because to put a 9.7 or bigger iPad in that area is going to most likely eliminate one or both of those AC vents. Now, at the same time, having said that, that's what fabrication is all about. You can't have some things have to be sacrificed, but then at the same time, a good fabricator knows how to make all of that work. I referenced Dave Fishman out of I think Manassas, Virginia. He's been around for years, been in all kind of magazines. The iPad build he did is just out of sight. It's out of this world. I mean, it's motorized parts coming out of the dash. It's like the iPad is controlling the dash, the movement and everything like that. And like I said, those guys are the kings. They know how to do all of that stuff. But the thing about it is maybe eliminating one AC vent wouldn't be bad, or maybe eliminating both of them won't be bad. There's an AC outlet or an AC vent in the console on these cars that will allow air conditioning to get to the back, and then the driver and the passenger would still have one AC vent each. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can maybe just eliminate the AC vent on the left and make the iPad kind of like this, still make the iPad the central focus of the dash itself. I think I don't want to say symmetrical because that's indicative of a circle, but I think it would work. I think it would look good still with eliminating that AC vent, the one to the immediate right of the driver, and then allowing the passenger to still have two and that one to get in the back. But you guys have to let me know. You guys have to tell me what you think. Is it worth even trying? I know most people are gonna say, well, why don't you just put the Mini in there? And I think it's not that I'm against putting the Mini in there. It's just that I know that the Mini would fit. Like I said, it would probably be a clean build too. One of my closest friends, OG Boss Dizzle Customs. You have to keep your eye out for this guy. He motivated me to get into this a long time ago when I was referencing the other builds. But I think he's got something coming for the 2020 Challenger guys, because that bezel's a little bit different for the iPad Mini. So be on the lookout for what he got going on. But you guys let me know what you think. Is it worth being radical and trying to do the build? Has it already been done other than the Dave Fishman build where someone put a 9.7 or above? The iPad that you see me trying to mock up here is a 10.2, the 7th gen. I have an 11-inch, 12.9-inch also, but obviously that's too big. But the 11-inch is just a touch wider than the 10.2-inch, but the 10.2-inch is a little bit longer because that iPad actually does have a bezel. But you see me trying to mock it up here, and obviously with cutting that bezel would be some areas that I could recess, and I definitely want to keep that silver trim around the bezel to make things look as close to factory as possible. But you guys let me know, should I do it? Should I try it? I have decided that I am going to keep this car for a while, at least. Most of the iPad builds that I've done, if not all of them, are reversible, whether it's buying a new bezel or in the case of the Silverado, just pretty much just going back to the bezel that you had from the beginning. So it wouldn't be hard to reverse if I don't like it. But if it's something you guys are interested in seeing, Drop my comment. Like I said, smash that like button, subscribe, tell your friends. Follow me on Instagram at Shermanton82, Facebook at Shermanton82 Customs. I think a lot of you guys that are even here probably came here from my Instagram page. That's where most of my business is done. Shout out to all my customers, everybody who's purchased an iPad kit, guys who've been following me way back when I was putting them terrible iPad kits together. And even some of the guys who bought my first ones, that were made out of wood. I know those weren't the best, but you guys stuck with me and I appreciate it. So thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for your interest in my channel. And like I tell all my customers, thanks for your interest in my work. You guys take care and stay safe. Happy New Year. Happy holidays.